Hey all, welcome to Coffee Shops and Sunny Spots. Why am I dressed like this? Because Halloween edition. And I'm dressed like this for you in costume. Because I'm definitely not in Hawaii right now. I am in balmy Ohio on Halloween. So anyone from that area or the Midwest knows it is not the weather for a Hawaiian shirt with short shorts. But my costumes, Thomas Magnum from Magnum PI, quintessential 80s kid, quintessential 80s costume. You gotta dig it. And this is actually one of the shirts. They still make these actually. The company that provided the shirts for the show, or I'm not sure if Tom Selleck liked the shirts and bought them, however it worked out, but they still make the shirts. It's not like a reproduction or a costume. It's a genuine shirt from Paradise Found, and they're awesome shirts. They're comfortable, they're breezy, and they're authentic, the wood buttons and all, which is here nor there for the purpose of Halloween edition, but I thought I'd let you know. So I am suffering for you all today. I went and found an outdoor spot to do this in to set the mood for being spooky, and what I'm gonna do is tell you a little ghost story, and you can leave in the comments your ghost stories, let me know. But as always, like, subscribe, follow. Those things help out the channel and helps me grow and just make better content, get better gear, etc, etc. So this takes place several years ago. This is probably like over a decade ago actually when the story takes place. I went on a little spooky road trip for Halloween, and I used to do that kind of often, just go places that were different or scary or haunted to do my investigations. I did some overnight ghost hunts and things like that. So this particular place is in, that's in St. Clairsville, I think. It's the Portal to Hell, that's what it's called. And the Bel Air House, you can look it up. It's been on like the Travel Channel. The owner's really cool and really good at bringing the stories to life. And you can see the wind's picking up here. See, that type of stuff right there, that crap, when you're trying to tell a ghost story, just that freaks me out even more. When it picks up like that, leaves start blowing. Anyhow, so go to this place. And I was actually heading somewhere else for my trip, but this is like a detour. So I go in this house, and we're doing this investigation or whatever, checking the place out. I'm gonna speed the story up. And I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. Like, hearing the story, from the owner, just kind of what happens. And I'm like, not that I don't believe it, but I'm like, nothing's happening for me, right? So actually, the one person, like anybody who's like female came on this tour, they actually gave them a protection pouch to put like near their heart. First I asked them, like, why don't I get a pouch, or why do the dudes don't get a pouch? I'm like in the movies, and so the brother's the first one to go, right? And so they just looked at me with blank look and kind of started laughing or whatever. Before all the politically correct stuff, you still could laugh at things. And they're like, no, because I guess menstrual cycles and things like that make you more susceptible to something attaching to yourself. Like, oh geez. So go in there, started looking around, poking around. Upstairs, right? One of the people on the tour saw something in one of the closets. They took off running. They bolted down the steps. I saw a shoelace. I'm like, hey, your shoe's like untied. You're gonna trip and fall. But it was like freaked them out wherever they saw or heard. And so they gave us the little tools like the EVP and the spirit boxes to walk around with. So I'm like, okay. Like, that was a little spooky. I believe it. They seem sincere. So getting ready to wrap up, right? Going on the rest of my adventure. And nothing for me had happened. Didn't notice anything. So I had to go to the bathroom, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, where's the bathroom, blah, blah. And they go, oh, yeah, it's down the hall. So I'm like, I'm going to take the spirit box with me, right? Just as a gimmick. I'm like, yeah, they probably programmed this thing with pre-canned responses. And if they say something, it knows what to spit back out. So I'm like, haha, joke's on them. So I take it with me, set in the sink or whatever, and just unzip the pants, do my business. And all of a sudden, I hear a voice out. I said something to it, and I hear a voice say, get out now. And I'm just like, what the? Because it couldn't be pre-recorded, because they wouldn't have known what I was going to say or do, and I was going to have to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, whoa, to myself. So I'm like, hey, like, just be cool. Like, because part of me is like, this is weird. Like, I'm gonna say something, see what happens. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm almost done. I'm a guy, I'm quick. I'm just talking to the spirit box. So then the box says, hurry up. And I'm like, nah, it's time to go, bro. Like, I'm out. So I like zip up. I may have not even washed my hands. I was like, this is pre-COVID, so people don't care as much, but I still, should wash your hands regardless. But I was like, something ain't right here. So I get out. I go hand her back the box and stuff. And she gives me like a DVD to look at from the place with the history and stuff. And it may have been one of the episodes that was on the Travel Channel. I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. Throw in the back my, my Trailblazer at the time I think I had. I'm like out of there. And they also gave me salt too. I forgot to wash my feet off before leaving, to like walk out of the room backwards or out of the door, so that way nothing follows you. I think I followed that protocol. I don't remember. I don't think I washed my feet. I may have made it. I don't remember. But anyhow, so fast forward. I'm driving back to Ohio. Anyone knows me knows I keep my vehicles meticulously maintained. either I do things myself or I take it to the dealership for like major services or just to get once overs. You know, if I do my oil 1 year, the next time I do it or interval, I take it to the dealership, let them just check it out. So no reason for anything to fall apart. I was hearing weird noises driving back. Like, what's going on? Clunking noise, just something was going on. I couldn't figure it out. The vehicle seemed like it was driving all right. Get back and taking the shop, find out like the air compressor went out. And for that vehicle, that's like a huge repair bill, and that it shouldn't have happened. Like, there was no reason that should have gone out. And then the problem with it is it takes out other systems, because like the serpentine belt system, and like I said, this is years ago. Anyhow, so that wasn't good. That was weird. But then I forget that DVD's in my back seat. So I'm like, okay, let me take this inside the house. When I came back, took it in my bedroom, tossed it on like the dresser or something. I'm like, I'll watch it before I go to bed or something one night. I just put it in there. So I didn't even watch it. Probably the next night, I like thought I was sleeping, and I'm not sure if I was dreaming or sleeping, but thought I felt something like on top of me in the bed, and I thought maybe I'm dreaming, whatever, and you know, just touching me or whatever. I'm like, okay. Next thing I'm like, this is getting weird. I'm like, either I'm stabbing myself out or whatever, or I just don't know. I can't explain it, but it started like choking me or whatever. So I'm trying to like snap myself, wake myself up in my sleep, whatever. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, that's it. Like, the only thing I can think of is that DVD. I mean, I flipped the lights on. I think I actually went on the couch to sleep. I was not sleeping in that bed anymore. I'm like, I'm done. The next day, I took that DVD. I was going to throw it out because I was like, the only thing I can think of that something attached itself to that DVD, because this is some of the stuff that happened to the person who owned that house. So I was so freaked out that I wouldn't even throw it away at home. I'm like, because if I throw it away at home, this shit's going to be like back on my like doorstep when I get home from work. So I took it to work with me, which is probably worse, but threw it away in a dumpster at work. And I'm like, never saw a DVD again. I ended up getting like another vehicle because I actually had a repair bill. I'm like, no, I'm just going to get something new. Went and bought a new vehicle. I mean, I switched out, like I said, a Chevy Trailblazer. I think that's when I got into like Dodge and Mopar at the time. So yeah, I got like a pickup truck or something like that. I went and bought a Ram, I think, a new Ram. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm good. I'm tapping out. So yeah, I can't explain what happened. Like I said, I don't scare easy, but that was something that like feeling something touching you. And I think, you know, they explain in night terrors, I hear, or like sleep paralysis, if you want the scientific explanation. I didn't have that problem before that day. So I'll leave it up to you to decide. You know, it definitely is a true story what I'm telling you, but as far as what you think was going on, or if you've had similar experiences, let me know in the comments. Love to engage with followers in there. And yeah, until the next story, but please like and follow and subscribe. But I'm gonna get inside now. I'm gonna find inside, I'm like on the woods, but I'm gonna get in my vehicle now, warm back up, and get some hot cocoa or some cider or something. So y'all have a great, safe Halloween and try to stay out of trouble. All right, talk to y'all later.